Hi! Hey, Seafant, how are you doing today? What? And thank you so much for the resub. 5 months, that is amazing. You've actually been subbed to me for 5 months. That's like half a year. Maddie, Guru, hi! How are you guys doing today? Express, hi! Good. Glad everybody's doing good today. On this lovely Thursday afternoon. See, I'm making a big step for my mental health. I'm not watching the Game Awards. I'll just watch all of the reveal trailers later. Because every year the Game Awards come out, and I just bitch about it, because the games that I actually care about always get snubbed, and they just give Game of the Year to whatever first-party Sony game released. So instead, we're playing Final Fantasy V. Never give a shit about who or what wins the popular. Yeah. I wanted to stream yesterday, but, like, it's just like the stream awards, yeah. I actually wanted to stream yesterday, too, but, like, I don't know. I got, like, a really bad sinus headache, and, like, it lasted through to this morning. I was worried I wouldn't be able to stream today. But, like, halfway through the day, it just kind of went away. I was gonna stream yesterday, but Rain and I ended up playing for 3 hours. Ooh, what were you playing? Say I was wiped out from work. I feel that. Level ups, level ups. Risk of Rain too, of course. I mean, it's not a risk. She's right there. Only 2 runs and didn't even win. That's pretty much how it goes from what I understand. I have the game, but I've only played it for maybe like an hour. But there's another roguelike game that was sitting in my PS4 like backlog, and I just decided to boot it up for the sillies a few days ago. Which is Little Noah. And dude, it is super freaking fun. It also has the same character designer as like Bravely Default. Watching friends stream makes you want to go back to regular streaming again. If you ever do, I'd like to be able to catch some of your streams. It's just hard for me because of time zone shenanigans. A lot of times, like, I saw you stream once recently, but it was like 3 a.m. because I had just randomly woken up in the middle of the night. And no, it was like 5 or 6 a.m. And the notification was that you had went live at 3 a.m. for me. But when I went and checked on it, the stream was already over. Time zones is a bitch. That's why I appreciate so much that you do, like, show up so consistently in my streams. I feel like a lot of times when I'm streaming, it's like super early in the morning for you or something. Granted, I don't know if you ever actually sleep. I like having Finn stream in the background when I draw. Yay! Tiny little mouse in your ear that never stops talking about video games and dicks. That monster's name is Brotosis. Yeah, that's how two guys reproduce. Since neither of them has a uterus, they have to undergo brotosis. I think I just scientifically defined impreg. Oops. So there is, gosh, I'm trying to remember the name of it. I think it's like Saber Marionette J kind of addresses that to an extent. Because the whole thing with Saber Marionette J is that there have been multiple like generations stuck on a planet a long time for like centuries. Because it was like a sci-fi thing, and there haven't been any women born. Like, it was all men that ended up landing on the planet. I don't remember the exact backstory. I think something like the men and women were put into like different ships, and the one with the women in it never made it to the planet or something. No, you may be saying, how did they reproduce? They actually had cloning technology. So basically every living person was just a clone of whatever previous, like, original people that settled there. Moogles! Goopo!
What's a Moogle doing in a place like this?
Moogle?
Strange little critters that live in the forest. They're pretty timid, though, so you don't see them that often.
Let's help it. Ow, my bum. Woo! Google Eater. Uh-oh. My gosh, am I in time for the stream? Kyle, what's up, dude? Yes, you are in time for the stream. We're playing some Final Fantasy V. What these guys do. Reminds me of that one TV show where it's set in a world where the number of men is low, so they milk them like cows for sperm so they can impregnate selected women or something. You don't remember the ending. You don't remember the ending. Didn't scare me like it should have. That does not sound scary at all. Probably farm carrots. Oh, it Matty. It do be Matty. The Brovine. It was kink, that's all I can say. You know, considering the, you know, the whole milking aspect, I kind of figured. Shit, I don't think I have an offensive mage in the party. The world is a vampire. Hey, knock that off. Like it dropping meteors on your ass. Ooh, lame vampire. Are you in here for a bit? while I do some Skyrim modding in the background. Just got off a phone appointment with my doctor and saw your message on Telegram. Woohoo! I hope all your doctory stuff is okay. Yeah, it's always cool when you're here at the streams, especially when I play some Final Fantasy. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it when you've been here before, but the version I'm playing is the GBA version, though it is modded. This is probably the only time I'll play a modded game, but the only mod is they patched in the Super Nintendo version of the soundtrack. Because the GBA version sounds different. And Final Fantasy V's soundtrack is way too good, not for the original for the original not to be shared with everybody. I thought about doing the Pixel Remaster versions, but I kind of want something closer to the originals. Final Fantasy's always given us banger soundtracks. Because I do actually plan on streaming pretty much every main series game, plus Tactics and probably Tactics Advance. I don't know why I'm saying probably. I fucking love Tactics Advance. I will definitely be streaming it. So there's a few things I want to do in order because, like, between Final Fantasy 6 and 7, 6, 7. Between 6 and 7, I'm gonna stream Chrono Trigger and Mario RPG because there's a clear game design through line from 6 to Chrono Trigger to Mario RPG to 7. You can even see it that, like, 7 borrows Mario RPG's equipment system with the 1 weapon, 1 armor, 1 accessory kind of thing. Tactics Advance was a trip on the GBASP back in the day. It's interesting because people complain that it's like too Saturday morning cartoon or whatever compared to the original Tactics. And I mean, yeah, they definitely have different vibes. But I'll say that, like, Tactics Advance story's dark, but in a really different way. Like, in a way that's, like, on a smaller scale, but a lot more real, if that makes any sense. Vampire. Bruh. Okay, we just need to take these things out in a single shot. Okay, I got way... Okay, Comet costs way less MP than I thought. It's an interesting take on Ivalice. One of the things I find most interesting about these, about Tactics Advance is the long-term effect it had on the rest of the series. Not originally with 12, but like Viera, which are in like 14 and a few other games, originated in Tactics Advance. Ooh, big money. Lester Lopez. I'm giving my $7 Xbox 360 controller a little bit of a rest and using my Retro Fighters controller right now. It's the orange one that I've shown you guys before that has the GameCube layout. It's got like a PlayStation layout with the analog sticks and D-pad with the GameCube buttons. It actually has a separate dongle that came with it, so you can play GameCube with it too. Ah, get punched. I guess I'm taking the waterfall route. So much for sticking to the rivers and the lakes that I'm used to. We need a few spare dongles just in case. Guess all my homies going dongles out. No need to chase them when they come to you, I guess. I'm still in a dream of Moogle Eater. Very risking the job level gain white level 4. Whoa! There's a box. Eight arms. A scary amount of arms. I sure hope you don't continually have to deal with a menacing octopus in a later game. Ow. Unkled, I guess. The ball in the Moogle's antenna with the texture of a cherry, gumball, or hard candy, do you think? I think it's fuzzy. I think it's soft, very fine fur. Eat. Like the princess? You know, shout out to whoever did the 3D model of Peach that appears on the $35 Nintendo Store eShop card. You know about Final Fantasy VII is me gone gaga. The funny part is, the me gone gaga thing isn't even in the original Final Fantasy VII or the remake. That's actually from Crisis Core, which is a prequel game that came out for PSP 10 years after the original game. What Femboy Cloud is. The double irony of that is that Cloud's not that much of a femboy. He's actually kind of buff. His buffness gets kind of downplayed in stuff like Advent Children and some of the later media, but his model in the remake and Rebirth, buff boys can be femboys. Fair enough. I mean, he cross-dresses and canonically gets picked to be somebody, to be some Lecher's girl of the night over Tifa and Aerith, so fair enough. Do I want to deal with this bullshit right now? I do want the EXP, though. That's the thing. I am an experience point whore. But TBH, this is Guro Necker standards of femboy. So, like, a world-class bodybuilder would probably still be a femboy. See, that's why I feel like you always draw your initial D-boys beside their cars and never driving them, is because they can probably just lift their car and just take it with them. And what's wrong with that? Go on. Nothing. Actually, the real reason I decided to bring out the Retro Fighters controller is because it's wireless and my Xbox One the cord kept getting tangled around the cord for my mic. Look, I know for sure in real life, if they're that muscular, they can't fit in their cars, but I can dream. Listen, rule number like one-ish of writing / illustrating content in your space that you're working in is no matter how big it is, anything can fit anywhere you need it to if you just believe. Oh, random thing. I've actually kind of wanted to play the PS1 Square Enix or Squaresoft game Racing Lagoon. Because it's a racing game, but it's kind of also an RPG. It never got released in North America. Well, it never really got released outside of Japan, I think. Though it does have a fan translation. I'm not super good at racing games, per se. Most of my racing game experiences involve funny cartoon characters and go-karts. Alright, card game. The thing is, whenever I get a capture card, I'm probably going to play most of the games that are on the PlayStation Classic. And even if I'm not good at it, Ridge Racer Type 4 is so fucking aesthetic, I have to share it with you guys. I just kind of have a hard time getting into realistic car games because I'm very character driven when it comes to like the stuff I like. So games where you're supposed to kind of like do a realistic activity and self-insert yourself, I tend to have a hard time getting into, I've noticed. Because I'll be honest, in my head, whenever I'm playing a more realistic style racing game, I don't ever think about there being a human driving the car. I just think the car itself is like the character. I mean, I know that's not the intended idea behind the game or anything. It's just like... Learned Shira Hadori. Don't worry about that. I'm the same way with racing games as well. I like to try to play arcade racing games and always twist the board. Secret goodies? No, this is just okay, this is the other pass I could have taken. I see. Naruhodo. Instead of having game awards tonight, we're gonna have the gay awards, where I give awards to my favorite gays, which are you guys in my chat. So that's why Mario Kart and other such battle racing games do so well. I think character appeal is a part of it. Especially the initial D ones where they're trying to recreate the experience of driving a manual vehicle, but left out the clutch pedal, which takes me out of the experience. Give me just a moment. The creature is invading. Little hussy, I just put food out for you. I specifically made sure to put food out there before starting the stream. She always does this. On days I don't stream, she doesn't try to come into the house. If you'll excuse me, I must sate the creature who ever hungers. I'll return in a moment. She wants to be the streamer. Get the cat a mic. She won't sit still long enough. Here's the Final Fantasy V put on the back burner for a cat. Number one streamer right there. The world is doomed. I'm sure X-Death will put his world domination on pause long enough for me to feed my kitty. That starts speaking like your average COD player. See, this is why we actually can't understand animals. We couldn't handle it. A streamer with ADHD? Never heard of that one. Never happened. That's not real. Hi, Rain. How are you doing today on this lovely Thursday evening? We're back at it with some Final Fantasy V. We found a Moogle friend and then it fell into a hole. So now we're gonna help them out. My brother thinks my cat would talk about 9/11 constantly. There's no risk of rain now, because there she is. Watching some of the Slop Awards and decided this is a way better way to spend my time. You see, it's funny, I came to the same conclusion of, like... because I have a really bad, like, toxic thing where I watch the Game Awards show in full every single year, and almost every single time I'm just disappointed and irritated. Now I said, nope, instead I'm gonna play Final Fantasy V and hang out with the homies. Good choice for the mental, too. Be careful, Mr. Moogle. Kubo! Kubo! I wish I was like that for MF Ghost, but I keep watching it for my stupid Indian boys. See, the upside to becoming obsessed with the character, S in parenthesis, is your art and writing just sail to amazing heights because you're constantly improving for the sake of them. The downside is when horrible, degenerate slop happens that has them in it, then you're just stuck buying it. All TGA is good for is reveals and talent being recognized. I hate the otherwise stupid tribalism that engineers an online discourse. Yeah. I mean, it has its moments. It's not all terrible, but it's just like... most of the time, it's just the first-party Sony Game Awards. And the fans get passive-aggressive about your fantasies. See, that I don't understand. It's like... You do know that the funny thing I'm writing with the characters that have never interacted having sweaty, passionate sex isn't real. It's not actually part of the story. In fact, none of these are real. Even the story itself isn't. And people get, like, so worked up about it. It's like, if you don't like it, there's a block button right there and you never have to see me ever again. What? Tyrannosaur. I mean, if you want canon, just read the manga. Fanworks are meant to be non-canon. Yeah, you'd think that. It's like... it's not like you're drawing these boys smoochy kissing just specifically to upset other people. You're doing it because it's cool and you want to do that. It's fun. What the fuck? I feel like 2012 Tumblr was the more healthy about it. I don't know when people start caring about being lore accurate. It's not about the lore accuracy. I feel like for a lot of people, it's using some kind of fiction or alternate version of fiction as a way to try to show how virtuous and righteous they are. Or how whatever side of whatever thing they're on. Stop that. Ow. You do that as a counter to physical attacks? Love this Parasite Eve boss. Okay. Rude! Okay. Listen here, buckaroo. Bruh. Fucking beast. Just like iPhones, they just act better than everyone else because they think they are. Yeah. And it's so weird, just like... But again, it's not even about the media or the art or the integrity. It's just about them wanting to put themselves above other people in some way. Shit. Wait a minute. Okay, so the zombie roll does apply. Ha! Got him! Oh, you must have been so scared. It's okay now, don't worry. Come closer. Ooh, it's alright now. Whoa.
What's going on?
I think he's asking us to follow him. Big ass mogul. Bro, slow down. Look, I got the zoomies. It's because the internet rewards people who rage bait, so they become like that. Yeah. That's the thing, part of it, I always do wonder, like, how many people just post shit that they don't actually believe or they're not actually passionate about at all. They just want to get a whole lot of reactions and interactions and stuff. Love your Moogle voice. Ooh, thank you. My sinuses have been a little congesty the last week or two. So, like... It's been hard for me to get my voice up as high as I want to. I'm a little mouse, so I have to be squeaky. Wiggly sand. Blah. Sand crawlers in the sand? Who allowed this? Today I think I will send this information on the internet because I find it funny. Do not, Maelstrom. Do not walk, do not talk, do not throw a thing you have. The crawler of the sand? What did I just specifically tell you not to do, you little shit? How much HP does this bitch have? 15,000? Bro, why would you do that? Chunky, alright. The constant "that's not Keisuke" comments when I start boothing at cons. Thought I was gonna get hate crimed. In reality, some people actually enjoy the way I draw the Enid boys, just internet dwellers who have problems. Never forget this bashful girl coming to my table and being like, "I like how you draw your men, they're so handsome," and quickly, yeah. Honestly, it's super fun to meet people who, like, actually vibe with whatever it is you're working on. And, like, the deeper and more personal it is to your taste, the more it means for it to find someone who, like, vibes with it. Ugh. Of course we can't escape. Yeesh, I didn't think I was gonna find a second secret boss fight in the sand. Had to end the rant on a positive note. It's not all bad, I know. Like I said, it's like when you get out there into real reality land and start interacting with, like, actual people, you realize that, like, the haters really are a super small group. It's a lot easier for people to be emboldened to be assholes online. Yeah. I mean, because of the pandemic, I couldn't attend cons, so brewing inside me for a long time. I feel that. See, the thing is, I was actually working at a department store for the entirety of, like, the main pandemic, so I never got any of that time off to just be at home. So I never really got, like, to have that experience, unfortunately. It honestly made me feel a little robbed seeing everybody online being like, "Oh, I'm catching up on my video game backlog, I'm learning a new skill, I'm finally drawing my comic," and I'm like, I'm still going to work just with a mask on. Also, you know, being in, like, the southeastern part of the United States, a lot of people took me wearing a mask as a personal offense. Like, homie, I am just trying not to die. Google Village! Well, it's locked. Come on. Come on. It's like if they called us essential, yeah, they're stingy about like hazard pay or extra wages. Yeah, I didn't get any extra pay, no bonus, special, anything. I wrote this from my American friends and always so confused. Okay, the thing is, in Japan and Asia and a lot of parts of Europe, like let's say if you have a cold or whatever, masking up is just something you do automatically. It's not weird. It's not considered unusual. It's just like a normal thing to do. But in the US, it's not like that. People generally never wear one. They only wear one if their like immune system's compromised or something. So they don't wear it to prevent themselves from getting others sick. People in the US only wear masks to prevent themselves from getting sick from other people. Because you got to keep in mind how aggressively individualism is pushed in America, so you're encouraged not to think about other people's needs. Like people would consider you a pushover if you think about other people more than yourself. Yeah, like Kyle said, somehow managed to politicize masks. So yeah, they get offended because they think you're wearing a mask because you're worried they're gonna get you sick. When, you know, like I said, in most of Asia, a lot of Europe, if you wear a mask, it's because you're sick and you don't want to get anyone else infected. But, like, unless you're somebody who's naturally has a weak immune system, generally if you're wearing a mask people take it as in, like, you're insulting them. Like, you think they're gonna get you sick. Goodbye. Well, come on. Boing. Look, it's the Moogle we held. Come on. Are you thanking us? Kabal! I think it's telling us we can tab what's inside. Come on. Ether. Phoenix Sound. 10,000 gil. 1 gil. Dancing Dagger. Cottage. Kabal! So America scares me. It scares me and I live here. Come on. Come on. Hello. Come on. Come on. Come on. I'm pressing A, I guess it doesn't want to talk to me. There's really no good news here lately. I choose not to think about it. Instead, I play video games. A Moogle. Stu? Try it on. Yeah. I'm a Moogle! We're Moogling! As soon as it became 2021, wearing a mask came with the invite of people giving you weird looks and your family making fun of you. Good times. Come on. I'm a Moogle. I'm Moogling. I realized I spent so much of my time off from work just nodding and playing Skyrim while the country burns. Cuckoo popo!
What's it doing?
What's going on? Why are you so excited? Kupo! So true, Po.
What's happened?
It's Grandpa. He's in the Moogle village. Moogles can all communicate through telepathy. Even when they're far apart, they keep in contact with their minds.
Moogle Village. It's pretty far from here.
Yeah, plus the Windrake is too tired to fly. So that means... Let's see. Thank you. He says he can go, but only once.
If you're all certain it's alright. What's going on?
Good papa! Papa! Sorry, I just imagine a Moogle going, emotional damage! After hearing some upsetting news from another Moogle. Good papa, papa!
Huh? Nose?
Gee, where is the Moogle's forest anyway? Good papa! Huh? At the nose? It's a Moogle. Look, the forest is in the shape of a Moogle. Your visual imagination is awful because I'm laughing at my own delusions.
Creel!
Grandpa!
How did you find us?
The Moogles told me you were here. Grandpa, we should hurry back to the castle. I'll take the Windrake back to his roost so he can rest, okay?
Kingaloo! Thanks for holding down the fort while I was gone. King Garliff! What's the situation with X-Death? There's been no activity since the barrier went up. I see. And our troops? They've almost entirely been wiped out by X-Death's monster hordes. I'm sorry, sire. I thought you were just some crazy old man. You never said anything about being a king. Well, you know. Sure is a surprise and a half. Good job, men. Go get some rest. Yes, sire. But, what is it? You've still got that funny look on your face. It's... you... king. I still can't get over it, that's all. What, you saying I'm not the epitome of kingliness? What? Just kidding. I just better mind my P's and Q's around you, King Galuf. Listen up. Before you knew me as a king, you knew me as a friend. Just Galuf is fine. Understood, Just Galuf. Don't push it, kid. Here. Here and bow. Bad jokes like that'll get you punished. Ugh.
Okay, well, the creature has returned. It has not been 10 minutes since I fed you. I'm going to go deal with this. I'm also going to run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. I return.
Your Majesty, don't forget to take the teleport spell with you.
Hero cocktail. Teleport.
Barry is totally blocking Big Bridge. Without a wind drake, there's no way you can get near Exdeath's castle.
Whoop. Lady Kale can speak with a Smoogle, just like it was a person, with a mysterious talent.
Lady Krill is such a good kid. She's got the same big heart as the king.
Eep time. You got not king enough to sprawl across my bed looking majestic.
Castle Ball has a long and rich history. It's so old we don't even know all the secrets it holds. Curse that Gilgamesh, our troops have been decimated thanks to him.
Save point.
The door in the basement won't open no matter what you try.
B2. It's been locked from the inside. Whoa! Break? It must be one step closer to the edge. $45. Good old Isuna. How dare you? Rude. I'm just running into all the things that have a bazillion million HP, apparently. Reminds me, something I used to do with, like, really difficult bosses and RPGs. Because, you know, like, a lot of the Final Fantasy games and Mario RPG and stuff like that have, like, you know, a spell like Libra or something. that you could like check your enemy's like HP total or whatever. I'd do that to check where their HP was, and then I'd like get a calculator and like actually like take off whenever I did damage.
King Caliph has returned, so I know things will turn out all right. Lady Creel's at the top of the tower, crying.
Crying? Why? We gotta go check on her.
Not long after she was born, Creel's parents went to save a winddrake in the Gulciana Desert.
Luciana Desert. Dyslexia!
They were never heard from again.
In. Yep. Taking a nap. Kronk. Me. You guys can still heal me alright, right? Yeah, okay, good. Just lurking. Oh, there's nothing wrong with you guys lurking and vibing. I just wanted to make sure that, like, the stream didn't cut off, or I forgot to cut my mic back on or something. Let's buy some cottages. Back in my day, the economy was so good you could just go buy 7 cottages. Don't worry, it's not failing on us here, okay? I'm so, like, I had such a good stream with everybody on Sunday, but, like, near the end of the stream, chat just fucking broke. Like, not you guys, but, like, the chat function on Twitch. So I'm always a little skittish that's gonna happen again. Gotta check every pot. 2 cars in every pot and 2 chickens in every garage.
Exdeath's castle's protected by a super strong barrier. We can't even get close to it.
Ooh, Lori Calcumdirk, Warwhammer, Ashura, Sleepblade, Wind Spear, Darkbow, Dreamcarp, Chain Whip. Upyard God. It's weird, but it wasn't on your end, so there wasn't much there we can do. I know. Like I said, it's not really anybody's fault except Twitch's, but that doesn't stop me from being a little being a little Let's buy a gauntlets. 4-player action. Yep. We've got Comet, Loga, Return. Green, Bio, Break. Okay. Going through making sure I bought them all. Weirdly with the spells, it doesn't really have a thing that tells you if you bought it or not. Wait, there's a treasure box back there. All treasure boxes must belong to me. When equipment is optimized, it only takes into account items attack and defense, not their other effects. Thus, accessories like Elven Mantle or the Gold Hairpin may be unequipped. Be careful when optimizing equipment that items with a special status buffs like lower stats don't get removed by mistake. Angle Robe. What that do? Those that resist poison be equipped by a chemist, and only chemist, apparently. Yeah, finally got around to sorting. I need to change up everybody's job classes. Okay, for the moment, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just make Bart's a blue mage full-time. Here. Now let's go ahead and give him Steel as his secondary. Okay, let's get her back on some. Let's get Lena back on some magic. Let's go ahead and have her be a time mage with black magic as her secondary. Let's go and have Fast go back to Mystic Knight. Let's work on actually, like, getting some of these job classes mastered. Strength and defense. Better agility, magic defense. Let's go ahead and give the Elven Mantle to Lena. What about Galif? Actually, let's have Galif go ahead and be a summoner again. I'll have him have white magic as a secondary as well. Okay, let's go ahead through here. Steel, time and black magic, summon in white, and then spellblade in white. Okay. Now let's go ahead and put Ferris back in the front row and have Galif and Lena in the back row. Alright. I've been meaning to mess with the job class layout for a little while now. Because if you guys have been wondering why Bartz didn't have a secondary ability for so long, it's because his secondary ability was learning, so he could still learn blue magic. Woo! Oh, okay, pulling that lever just flushes me back through there. Okay, oh. Get flushed again. The party now has wet socks. Ew. That's the thing, like, that's the first thing that would get in the way of me being an adventurer, is my socks getting wet. It's like, oh, the battles to the death, the violent monsters, the different weather and having no, no, no. But as soon as my socks go, like, ew, I want to go home. Ew, I need a washing machine. Oh, I didn't see anything out here. Okay, shit. I'm trying to remember what that save point was.
Exdeath is really be giving our men a beating. Now we don't have many soldiers left.
Throne room. Fourth floor. Really? I cannot remember how to pronounce her name. Windrake. He's dying. What? What happened? He pushed himself too hard. He was wounded and shouldn't have been flying, but he took me to find you.
He sacrificed himself to save us.
Is there any way for us to save him? We'd need dragon grass. Dragon grass? Will that heal his wounds? Yes, however, does such a thing even exist in this world? Back home, windrakes always nest near dragon grass. I expect these drakes act the same. If we go to where drakes roost, we ought to be able to find dragon grass nearby.
If that's the case, then... well, where do we need to go? Our best bet is Drakenvale, the old valley of windrakes. However, no one who's entered has ever returned. Guess that means we'll be the first who do.
Arts.
Drakenvale's north of the castle. It's just past Quelb, the werewolf town.
But what about the monsters outside? There's so many of them.
No worries. Not if we're all on the offensive. Right.
Together, we'll be alright. And we'll bring back that dragon grass, never you fear. Thank you. Alright guys, let's go get some grass. We need to get the prescription medicinal herbs for this dragon. No, officer, they're prescription, I promise. I got the paperwork in the glove compartment somewhere.
Open the gates. Messiah! Exdeath's monsters are waiting right outside. Once we're clear, shut the doors and seal them tight. Sire, if we do that, you won't be able to enter the castle. You certain that's what you want? Alright, now close the gate and seal it. Don't let anyone inside, no matter what. If you so command. Take care, your majesty. Nice. Didn't take long for X-Death's creeps to get here. On your toes, kids. Here they come.
Abductor, why don't you abduct this smack in the face? Got him. Mystery once. Get Aqua Breath. I like his boobs. Homie do be boobing brustily. Little jelly, not gonna lie. You motherfucker. After I just got done complimenting your boobs. They're boobs, don't want to assume gender. A boobily killed them. They were truly breasted in combat. Where's Snake? Right there, obviously. Oh no, we are not doing this Gen 1 wrap bullshit.
This Titan is gonna mount an attack on you!
Bitch, get hosed. First being an Aquathorn. Is the curse that they have to do a handstand all the time?
You are fired!
Got him. Tiny village. Cornago. I guess free fun random fact. I've mentioned before that Final Fantasy V didn't actually get a Super Nintendo release outside of Japan. But it was kind of planned for one for a little while, but not as a numbered entry. It was actually previewed in a few magazines after Final Fantasy IV came out under the name Final Fantasy Extreme. Kind of marketed as being like a super challenging Final Fantasy game for hardcore players. Again, it never ended up actually releasing back then, and they skipped to 6. Because of the original North American releases, this is a pretty well-known thing, but Final Fantasy IV was called Final Fantasy II, and Final Fantasy VI was called Final Fantasy III. Because the real Final Fantasy II and III and Final Fantasy V were both initially skipped over. But when 7 came out, that was called Final Fantasy VII everywhere, and every subsequent re-release of the first 6 games have just had their correct numbers. Well,
The gate to Drakenvale's north of town. Easy to find. Question is, will it be open?
cheats.
Bah.
There. It's locked. Well. It's locked. It's locked. They don't even have any free stuff in the barrels. This town sucks. House. Kelger's house. I wonder who lives here. It's locked. Well, fine. I'm gonna warm up by your fire. We didn't start the fire. I'm gonna sit at your table and I'm gonna drink your cider. Mmm, delicious cider that's been sitting out for hours. Room temperature apple juice.
Halt! You have encroached far enough.
What?
Well, if it's a fight you want, then... Bots, calm down. They're our allies.
Our allies are pointing blades at us. I certainly don't want to meet our enemies.
Oh, Galuf. Helga. Been quite a while, has it not? Sure has. Oh, Kelga. He's one of the 4 Dawn Warriors. You fought Exdeath with you? 30 years ago? Who are the younglings? Folks from the world where we sealed Exdeath. Friends of Exdeath? Huh? Wait. These cards are the ones who destroyed the crystals and brought Exdeath back. And you've led them here? You got it all wrong, listen. Stand down, Galuf. Barts, and whoever you are, prepare yourself. I would test your blade.
Eh?
Kelga! Crony of Exdeath, I know. Show me what kind of man you really are. No. Stay back. I gotta settle this man to man. See how you handle my lupine attack. There you are. Arts, I told you not to hurt him. I'm sorry about that, Kelger. Hell's bells, Kelger, always overdoing it. Why don't you act your age for once? Still, to foil my lupine attacks so easily, you're more skilled than you seem. Nah, it's just a trick I learned from my dad. Your father, what was his name? Dorgan. What? What are you making those faces for? No way. You can't be. Dorgan's son. Dad's name was Dorgan, and I'm his son. So, what's going on? Well, small worlds we live in, huh? But your father, along with me, Kelga, Zaysot Serget, we fought together against Exdeath. Dorgan was one of the 4 Dawn Warriors. Wait, Dad's from this world? Correct. We followed Exdeath to your world and then... Is this guy immortal? How much punishment can he take? Even when we knock him down, he won't stay down. We'll have to seal him here. Yeah, that's our only out. Wait, seal him here? Can't just leave a demon from our world in another. What other choice do we have? Look sharp, lads, he's recovering. Damnation! There really is no choice. He must be sealed. He may not get this chance again. Gorgon, we can't seal him with the crystals unless all our hearts are united. Are you with us? Gorgon! You're certain you want to stay? My mind is made up. But why? Safe journey. Gorgon. Gorgon stayed in your world to watch over Exeth's seal. Wow. That's... Oh. How fares old Dorgan anyway? 3 years ago, he got real sick and, well... You see, my sympathies. Son of Dorgan, anything you ask of me shall be done. You only need name your request. Actually, we could get into Drakenvale. I will have one of the villagers unlock the gate. I wish I too could fight by your side.
Got a rug to the sick beat. He hates his dishes. Let's wash his dishes for him. He's not feeling good, so it'll help. That's like the major downside of living alone, is that like I have to wash all the dishes every single time.
Old Kelg is very sick. Overexerting himself earlier didn't help. Except said his monster horde's against us. Now there's hardly anyone left in the village you can fight.
To this day, no one knows why the Windrakes died out. I pray for your safety. I give you this song. It is quite effective against the undead. Requiem.
Ooga chaka, ooga looga, ooga chaka, ooga booga.
Ceremonies to pray for your safe return. I see. Sue tried to protect the fire crystal, but...
A strange voice has been coming from the well. It is slightly disturbing.
Frog. A frog.
Will you please bring me a frog? Come on, bring one. I gotta have one. Now we will become frog. Bro, I'm frog right here. Okay, not frog enough for you. I see how it is. Fine, I'm just gonna unfrog myself. Fitment shop. Ooh, twist headband. And buy at least one of those. Power sash. Ashton with special threads. Yeah, sure, why not? Gold shield, gold helm, green beret. Ooh, wizard's hat. In here. Try a couple more wizard hats. Yeah, Kodachi. Grab me a Kodachi. Killer bow. Poison rod. Shuriken, flame skull. Let's go ahead and buy 5 flame skulls. 4 water scrolls. Buy a few lightning skulls. That way, when we ninja, we can throw this around. Welcome Dirk, Horrorwhammer, Ashura, Sleepblade, Windspear, Darkbow. Okay, it's the same stuff from before. Less agility, but more defense and strength. Let him keep the agility. Go and give you the wizard hat, though. More defense, but less magic defense. I think I will actually go with the power sash. Excitement, equipment swapping action. Ooh, magic shop. Yeah. Link, Shell, and Isuna, we got all those. Drain, Break, and Bio. Comet, Slogan. Okay, so we have all the magic that they have here. Oh, it is cool they offer it in multiple places in case you missed it or you didn't have the guild for it earlier. Sneak into the inn. This is just regular items. Over here. These ethers weren't so expensive. Keep time. Skronk. Ba-da-da-da.
Sit down, sit down. I've prepared some of Quelb's finest dishes for you.
Yeah, I'm sitting now.
Please eat your fill.
Yum 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 yum. Yum, yum. HP and MP stored. Status elements removed. KO'd allies survived.
Dessert is on the house.
8 potions. Nice. Hell yeah. And a little redundant since I already paid to stay at the end, but hey. Still cool. Wait, wrong way. Actually, let's go out there and save real quick. Then we'll go the right way. Ooh. Oog. Yep. Okay. Drakenvale. Drakenvale? I don't know. The spelling reminds me of Drakengard. Treasure box. 5,000 gil. Hell yeah. Big money dollar. I love the effect of like the shadow of the clouds from the sky. That's such a good effect that like just adds so much depth to it. Like the clouds are even like wiggling a little bit. Oog. And I even love that like when your character sprite's under it, it like darkens it. Ah, it's so good. Why is this thing named 3 question? Okay, bye, I guess. The Zombagon. Fire on my sword. This dragon's on fire. Blue. Flamethrower. Oh yeah. Dragon Fang. Doobity doobity doop. Ooh, treasure box. Spellblade's a cool job class, but how it's implemented in Final Fantasy IX is really cool. You know, this motherfucker is actually named Drippy. Poison breath, you why would you do that? Fuck you, get set on fire. Yeesh. Ooh, level up, level up, level up. Do those dragon things do, but first, we cure everybody. Good thing I bought 99 antidotes. It's a weird thing I came to the conclusion of when I was playing, believe it or not, Breath of Fire 3. Actually, I don't know why I prefaced that with Believe It or Not. Of course I'd be playing Breath of Fire 3. I love that game. But the healing herbs in that game are super cheap. They're like 5 gold or 10 gold or something. They're like super duper cheap. And they heal an okay-ish amount for most of the game. But the thing is, when you're outside of battle, it doesn't take a turn. You just go to the item menu and use it. So I just thought to myself, well, if they're that cheap and I can get enough money doing regular battles, why don't I just buy 99 of them? And I kind of started applying that to other games too. Like, if you can just get all the healing, why not have the maximum? Like, it's one of those weird things where I just limit myself when I play through games for, like, no real reason. Like, I'm not even in a way to intentionally do any kind of challenge run or something. I'd just be like, well, I don't want to spend too much. It's like, Micaiah, you don't have to pay rent in the video game. If you need more money, just go outside and smack monsters until you have more money. That, and I try to get out of, like, the bad gaming habit of having, like, you know, finishing the game with 500 mega elixirs that you never used. Ooh, this section's so pretty. Like, you got the cloud cover and the mountains in the distance. Oh my gosh, it looks so amazing. We got our standard wooden rickety bridge that is obviously incredibly very safe, and nothing bad has ever happened on a rickety wooden bridge before. The fucking drippies again. Bone Dragon, we're back in the bone zone already. Fuck you, Hellfire. Traditionally in Final Fantasy, undead stuff is very susceptible to fire. Jitterbug.
Little jitterbug.
Bone? Well, you can't just bone me out of nowhere like that. Oh, shit. Damn, it didn't work. On some undead enemies, you can, Damn it, the freaking dancing dagger is gonna kill me. I think on some undead enemies, if you cast, like, a life spell on them, it'll actually just kill them in one shot, but it doesn't work on all of them. Thing is, the dancing dagger that Bart has equipped right now will sometimes randomly use a different spell from the dancer. But any of the HP draining spells, when you use an HP draining spell on an undead monster, it'll do the opposite. So it'll give them HP and drain it from the character who used the spell. Stole dark matter. I feel like I probably shouldn't be touching that. I miss classes like Time Mage and Mystic Knight. I mean, I got him right here. And the Final Fantasy Classic job classes are so fun. You know what I mean? Yeah. I feel like it's been actually a pretty long time since I've seen any game that's not a remake or a remaster, besides like Bravely Default, really have a job class system. Last Mystic Knight was in Dragon's Dogma. I actually got that game for like $5, the PS4 version. I need to actually try it sometime. Dragon's Dogma is so wild because it's like... a Western RPG made in Japan. Weird game and I love it. Yeah, I feel like there are a lot of people who play Dragon's Dogma really fall in love with the game. Is that I have it. I definitely do want to play it at some point. Ugh.
Help! You gotta help me!
Okay, let's see if we can help Gollum over here. Hey, Ifrit? Okay, it's gonna hit him too. I can't use any spread moves. That takes care of that jerk. How do I help him?
Thanks a ton! It'd rock if I could roll along with you.
Oh, we got the Golem! Alright. Teaches the summon magic golem. Awesome. You don't even have to trade our Graveler. Ugh. I'm just getting tired of fighting these freaking zombie thingamabobbers. God, everyone's running out of MP. Okay. It gave us the telefight spell, so let's put it to use. Oops, I forgot to mute the mic. Bless you, thank you. Because, oh yeah, I mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned this, but one thing I really kind of want to do with this Final Fantasy V playthrough is I want to see if I can have everybody master all the jobs. But between this and me wanting to try to fill up the Pokédex and Crystal, I feel like I'm going to be stuck on like the same small handful of games for all eternity. I'm so sorry, you guys. Blech. I don't know, I feel like grinding streams are fun because I can just sit and just yap with you guys with the game running in the background. It's nice. Because the thing is, if you don't try to do a million billion things and discover all the secrets and all that stuff, most of the Final Fantasy games aren't actually that long. Usually only about 30 or 40 hours. Which is like normal strength for an RPG. But I don't know if I'll actually try to master every single job in this playthrough, but I want to do as many as I can. You know, torn between the fact that, like, I want to do that, but I also really do want to play, like, 6 and Chrono Trigger and Mario RPG and stuff. Because I'm probably going to be wrapping up the stream in just a little bit. Kind of grind on some of the corn nuggos and stuff like that while I wrap it up, because I am getting pretty tired. I do have to be at work at job tomorrow. I had to go in today too, so... Oh my gosh, I don't know if I've ever seen the spellcasting animation for the frog in battle. That's so good. Usually in the Final Fantasy games, when you get turned into a frog, the only, like, non-attack, non-item move you can use is the frog spell. See, the problem I have with, like, almost every game I play is I feel like I take forever to do everything. I also feel like in both games like Pokemon and stuff like Final Fantasy V, where you have so much control over your character customization, I always feel like I have a really hard time deciding what I actually want to use or have, like, be in my main rotation or whatever. I don't know, I like having blue magic available, but I feel like... I don't know, I feel like I went from being, like, too warrior heavy to being too mage heavy. But yeah, I kind of planned to do a shorter stream tonight, but I wanted to stick with Final Fantasy V. I do want to stick with this, hopefully until we beat it. I'll probably still have some Pokemon Crystal and Dawn of Sorrow and stuff here and there, too. And don't worry, Parasite Eve will return also. Maybe around Christmas we'll play some more Parasite Eve. Because I know Parasite Eve isn't a super long game either. So if I could actually stay focused and stay on it, we could probably finish Parasite Eve in just a handful more of streams. There's a lot of days I've also been feeling, like, super out of it. Christmas Parasite Eve. I feel a little lame that it was a game I started playing for, like, the Halloween season, and Christmas is coming up and I still haven't beaten it. But hey, that means I can kind of play into its other theme, right? It's like the movie Scrooged or Nightmare Before Christmas, where it's like doubles for like a Halloween movie and a Christmas movie. Or game, I guess, in this case. But no, like, the weather transitioning has really kind of had me feeling like shit. So it's been hard to have the energy after being at work at my stupid job for like 8 or 9 hours. You know, most of the time, like, I want to, like, just come home and fall asleep. Yeah, I do believe I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming by and hanging out and everything. Thank you so much to Seepent for the resub. 5 months. I still can't believe it. Gosh, that means I've been... Oh my gosh, it means it's been almost half a year since I made affiliate. Yeah, good night, everybody. Thank you so much for coming by. We'll be back soon. Probably for more Final Fantasy V. Not sure yet, but I want to stay focused on that. Like I said, at least till we get closer to Christmas, then we'll do some Parasite Eve. Bye, everybody. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Bye.